In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer. Exterior, Sunnydale High School, night. Establishing shot panning across the school's exterior. Just as a side note, before we get started, in the pilot, it's called Berryman High School, not Sunnydale High School. But to Sarah Michelle Gellar's husband, it will always be the high school from She's All That. Interior, science classroom, night. A dark, empty classroom. We pan slowly towards the window and then crash. A window shatters. We see a teenage boy and his girlfriend, who isn't actually named in the pilot, but she's played by Julie Benz, who fucking rules. So we'll call her Darla because that's her name.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's a great idea.
He climbs through the window, helps Darla to get through.
So you go to school here?
I used to.
Nice.
Gets better. You all right?
He takes her hand and leads her out of the classroom. It is never entirely explained why they are breaking into this high school, but presumably it's about sex, like on Principal Flutie's desk or something. This boy is a total freak. Interior, school auditorium, continuous, night. The school auditorium has a stage which is being dressed for a play. I don't know if this is like the talent show we end up seeing in the puppet show, but anyway, is it weird that I was kind of into Sid the Dummy? He has like a daddy energy. Anyway, there are odd doors and staircases leading nowhere. Darla wanders in, fascinated.
Wow.
The boy walks over to the console and hits a button. A trap door opens in the stage floor just next to Darla's feet.
Cool, huh?
I could have fallen.
I would have caught you.
He kisses her, but then suddenly breaks the kiss and looks around in alarm.
Oh. What was that?
It was what?
I heard a noise.
It's nothing.
Maybe it's something.
Maybe it's some thing.
He's talking about his penis.
That's not funny.
Hello? There's nobody here.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
And with that, her face shifts into the scowl of an animalistic monster. She bites down on his neck with a hungry growl. Durd!
Okay, so I'm Ian Carlos Crawford, the host of Slayerfest 98, the world's only Buffy the Vampire Slayer podcast. Just kidding, just kidding. It's not the only Buffy podcast, but it's your favorite, maybe?
It's my favorite.
And today I have with me a wonderful cast of characters. We are reading the Unaired Buffy pilot. Playing Willow, we have Dana Piccoli. Playing Giles, we have Adam Sass. Playing Darla, we have Connor Cons.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
Playing Xander Harris, we have Alex Davison. Playing Harmony and the boy from the beginning, we have David Vasquez. And as the narrator / Joss Whedon, we have Ryan Houlihan.
Hello.
And playing Cordelia Chase, we have LaToya Ferguson.
You're welcome.
And playing the titular role of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, we have Joe Lewis.
Is that garlic?
But thank you all for joining us for this reading. And yeah, Ryan, take it away.
Exterior, Sunnydale High School day. The start of a new school day. A huge crowd of students make their way to the entrance. We focus on a pair of feet walking up the steps from the street. Clad in a short red skirt and sneakers, we reverse and pan up to reveal Buffy. She's currently blowing bubblegum because it's the 90s, and of course she is. She seems a little lost, then pulls out a piece of paper from her purse and consults it, then walks forward into the school more confidently. Interior, school corridor, day. Buffy walks down the corridor with Principal Flutie, who will one day be eaten by hyena people, but that's a long time from now, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I don't think you'll have any problem adjusting, Bunny.
Buffy.
Just remember our personal rules. No gang colors, no furs, no hanging from the rafters in the cafeteria screaming, "Meat is murder," on Sloppy Joe Day. That became very popular last month. Had to put my foot down.
Principal Flutie?
Betty?
I just want you to, Buffy, to know that I'm not going to cause trouble. There's not going to be any incidents like at my old school.
Well, I certainly hope not.
No, I'm here to have fun, but I mean fun with learning.
Don't worry, I think you'll fit in just fine.
Yeah, she's super hot and blonde and upper middle class, and she has superpowers. I think she's going to do okay. Exterior school courtyard day. Kids hang out and wander up and down. Willow is sitting on a stone bench by herself reading a book. She turns around as Xander calls her name, running over towards her. He's carrying a skateboard because, again, it's the 90s. Get with it.
Willow, you are very much the person I wanted to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of have a problem with the math.
Which part?
The math. Can you help me out third period? Please be my study buddy.
He sits down next to her. She finds it hard to resist his charm.
What's in it for me?
A shiny nickel.
Okay, well, you shouldn't be having a problem with it, Xander. I mean, Mr. Worth says you never pay attention.
I pay attention, just not to him.
Willow walks off across the courtyard, where her path crosses that of the greatest character of all time, Cordelia Chase. She is also with Harmony, who is also a queen, and another Cordette that nobody cares about.
Willow, nice dress. Good to see you've seen the softer side of Sears.
Got him!
Oh, well, I mean, my mom picked it out.
No wonder you're such a guy magnet.
The girls laugh at Willow's humiliation, but little do they know that she doesn't give a shit about being a guy magnet because she is a pussy magnet! As they sneer at the woman who will one day become the most powerful Wicca of all time, a handsome guy walks up to them.
So, we're totally going to the Bronze tonight, right?
Who's playing?
Dingoes Ate My Baby. They rock.
They do rock. A badly dressed student walks past them.
Grunge, wow, what a new look. I know flannel's over, but I can never tell what's coming next.
Xander rushes over, trying to join in their conversation.
I don't know about you, but I'm scared.
Excuse me, was I talking to you? Has any girl ever spoken to you of her own free will? I don't think so.
I've often wondered why that is.
Got a mirror?
They walk off. Xander grins ruefully and gives them a mock salute.
Check back tomorrow. I'll have a devastating comeback ready.
As he watches them leave, Buffy runs up. She's looking in her purse and doesn't see him. She bumps straight into him, spilling the contents of her purse everywhere.
Oh!
Whoa, sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. I was totally phasing. I'm trying to find the library.
Oh, it's over there.
Thanks.
I don't know you, do I?
I'm Buffy. I'm new.
She leaves. Xander watches her go, smitten.
New and improved. Oh, hey, you forgot your steak.
Interior, library, day. Buffy pushes open the door and walks in, looking around.
Hello. Hi. Is anybody here?
She looks over the counter, nothing, and turns around and bumps into Giles, who's silently appeared just behind her. It is important to note that Giles is supposed to be a stuffy librarian, but that this fact is undermined by the fact that he is incredibly hot.
Oh, anybody's here.
Can I help you?
Textbooks. I'm looking for textbooks.
Miss Summers?
A good call. Guess I'm the only new kid, huh?
Giles rushes behind the counter.
So I'm taking Eurocentric history, and I'm gonna need.
I think I know what you're after.
He reaches down and he places a huge, heavy, old, and very dusty tome on the counter. Its title reads, Vampire. Giles will remain this tactless for the entire run of the show. He and Buffy stare at each other for a long moment. He's eager to please. She's shocked and horrified.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Are you sure?
I'm way sure.
My mistake. Oh, what is it you said?
But Buffy's out the door.
You wanted?
Interior, classroom, day. Class is in session. Buffy sits at a desk looking worried and annoyed. The bell sounds and people get up to leave. Willow notices Buffy and goes up to her.
Hi?
Hi.
Mr. Barnes said that I should help you get caught up if you're having trouble, or I could not.
No, that'd be great. History isn't my best subject. I sort of lack a best subject. I'm Buffy.
I know. I'm Willow.
Buffy shakes her hand.
Good to meet you.
Exterior, school colonnade, day. Buffy and Willow walk along chatting.
That's a great outfit.
Thanks. I'm totally jamming on your dress.
No, it's dorky. I'm aware that it's dorky.
Not a jot. It's lush. Laura Ashley's definitely back.
She's not, and she never ever will be.
You think?
She's back, and this time it's personal. You see, they mated her with the Home Depot guy, and that's how we got Martha Stewart. Can I ask you, what's up with the school librarian?
You met Mr. Giles.
Yeah, is he new?
Well, he started a few weeks ago. He used to be the curator for some British museum. I don't know why he'd work here, except that we do have some pretty important collections.
Hi, I'm Cordelia. I just thought we'd be a little welcoming committee, help you get adjusted, explain who to hang with and why.
Thanks.
Quite frankly, when I saw those shoes, I knew there was a beautiful bond of sisterhood between us.
She and Harmony put their arms around Buffy and lead her away. Abandoned, Willow slinks off. Interior, women's locker room, day. 2 girls walk in, discussing the new girl.
The new kid? She seems kind of weird to me. What kind of name is Buffy?
Another girl walks past.
Hey, Aphrodisia!
Hey! Well, the chatter in the calf is that she got kicked out, and that's why she's starting in the middle of a semester.
They sit down next to their lockers.
I will just say that Aphrodisia is the first girl.
Neg!
Pause. She was starting fights.
Negly.
They're opening their lockers.
Well, I heard from Blue. She said that she saw the transcript.
And she screams as a body falls out of her locker onto her. It's the boy from the teaser. He's stone dead. Honestly, this is an incredible prank by Darla, who I heard is hosting the reboot of Punk'd. Exterior courtyard day. As Buffy walks along, Xander runs up behind her. He's still waving her stake.
I've been trying to figure this out, and all I can figure is that you're building a very little fence.
Buffy takes the stake and pops it back into her bag.
Oh, this? No. Actually, it was for self-defense. My last school was kind of interesting.
Well, it's pretty mellow here. You'll be playing once you know your way around. Ah, those guys, the Housers. They'd be genuine hardcore gangsters except for the upper white class guy stigma.
Buffy chuckles because she knows that Black lives matter and that if you borrow from Black culture, the least you can do is donate and support the fight for Black equality and justice.
Total wannabes, but they're okay. Ah, the Panga inbreeds, dudes!
They look up to him.
Surf's always up somewhere in the world.
Guess it's not that different on my side of the hill.
Well, try your hand at it.
Okay, let's see. That would have to be the theater club.
Ooh, well spotted. What gave it away?
They're always way gestury.
Buffy just said, is he, you know.
What is the homework?
I didn't get the homework. And them?
Film club.
They spend their time deciding that every movie is an existential meditation on Freudian sexuality.
Even the Muppets Take Manhattan?
Especially the Muppets Take Manhattan. Ah, the Dirty Girls.
Why do you call them... Oh, wow.
They have views on hygiene. It's pretty intense.
So which group are you affiliated with?
Well, I've applied to a few, but it doesn't look good. I haven't heard back yet from the Dirty Girls.
Xander sees Willow walking towards them.
Willow, you've met Buffy, right? She might be going to the Bronx tonight.
Willow, what's wrong?
You didn't hear?
Hear what?
In the women's locker room, they found someone.
And?
I mean, someone...
Dead.
Dead?
Way dead.
So not just a little dead then?
Don't you have an elsewhere to be?
Are you guys sure?
I heard it from Ms. Ramsey. He was in a locker.
I heard he used to go here, and that it was a gang thing.
You think he was killed by someone?
No, I'm sure it was natural causes. He crawled up in the locker and died of old age.
I got a bug. See you guys later, okay?
Buffy runs off like a complete weirdo.
Okay.
Interior, school corridor, day. Principal Flutie is just coming out of the women's locker room, which would normally be very creepy, but today it's just like regular creepy, when Buffy approaches him.
Principal Flutie?
Bambi.
Buffy shakes her head.
Barbie? Betty? Wilma?
Buffy.
It's honestly not that hard a name, especially for an educator.
I am so sorry about this. I know it's your first day. I just want to say, we almost never have dead kids stuffed in a locker.
That is a lie. Half of the student body at this high school ends up as a corpse in a locker.
I have a very strict policy about that.
It can't be that strict.
So it's true?
I know, it's hard. Certainly not the welcome I would have planned for you. I know you're upset, confused. You've probably got that thing, like when you burp and you've got that vomity taste in your mouth.
Gross. Buffy looks at him dubiously.
I just want you to know that we're all here for you. If there's anything you need.
Can I look at the body?
Interior women's locker room, day. Buffy walks in because she was apparently allowed to look at the body. She kneels down by it and pulls off a sheet covering its face. There are 2 small puncture marks on the neck. Buffy looks less than impressed at this revelation.
Oh, great.
Interior, library, day. Buffy walks in purposefully.
Okay, what's the stitch?
I'm sorry?
What's the stitch here? You heard about the dead guy, right? The dead guy in the locker?
Yes.
Because it's the weirdest thing. He's got 2 little holes in his neck, and all his blood's been drained. Isn't that bizarre? Are you just going, oh?
I see. Will he rise again?
No, he hasn't changed. Just dead.
Oh dear. I was afraid of this.
Well, I wasn't. It's my first day. I was afraid that I was going to be behind on my classes, that I wouldn't make any friends, that I wouldn't have last month's hair. I didn't think there'd be vampires on campus, and I don't care.
You have a sacred birthright to protect the human race, and you didn't think that would come up again? It's gonna come up again, babe.
Then why are you here?
Exactly. Get her, Jade. Buffy is taken aback.
To tell you that I don't care, which I don't, and have now told you, so bye.
You cannot escape your destiny.
Wanna bet?
And with that, she somersaults off the rail of the balcony and drops 20 feet into a perfect landing on the ground. And this is not because she has superpowers. It is because she is a 16-year-old girl, and their bodies are just like that for some reason.
You think it's coincidence, your being here? It was fated.
Why can't you people just leave me alone?
Because you are the Slayer. Into every generation, a Slayer is born, one girl in all the world, a chosen one.
Wow, you're gonna do the speech and everything.
One born with the strength and skills
to hunt
the
vampires, bred of their evil, blah, blah, blah. I've heard it, okay?
I don't understand this attitude. You've accepted your duty. You've slain vampires before.
Well, I've both been there and done that. And I'm moving on, growing as a person. Watch it happen.
You have no idea what's going on, do you?
There's vampires, big deal, you kill them.
You think vampires are the only threat we face here?
What do you mean?
There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Oh, good one, Giles. We get it. You read books. He picks up all the books. He wants all of us to know that he reads one by one, and he piles them into Buffy's arms, and she grimaces, and so do I.
Werewolves, zombies, ghouls, incubi, succubi. Everything you've dreaded is under your bed, told yourself you couldn't be there by the light of day, but they're all real.
What, you sent away for the Time Life series?
Yes.
Did you get the free phone?
Calendar.
Cool. Zombies, huh? Okay, first of all, I'm a vampire slayer. Secondly, I'm retired.
As they speak, we pan over to find Xander standing behind the stacks, where he was in search of books. He can't quite believe what he's hearing.
But your work is not finished.
My work? I'm 16. I don't have to work. I have homework.
And you haven't been properly trained.
Which is why you're here.
Yes, I'm a watcher. A watcher serves by finding the Slayer, leading her on her path. It is my destiny to guide you.
Yeah, well, the last guy they sent to guide me, you see what happened to him.
Yes, I know all about it.
You don't know anything about it. You don't know what it's like. I was happy. I was Cindy Lou, who's just coasting through my life when vampires, which are only supposed to be in cheesy movies, start killing people. People I know. And people I know find out I'm the Slayer, the only one in the world. And I got to stop them. And I do. I train. I hunt. It becomes my whole life.
Giles sits down and starts cleaning his glasses, and he will spend 7 years trying to clean those glasses, and he never will.
I can do things no other kid can do. And actually, that's fairly lush. And I'm kind of into that. So I kill the vampires. Yay me. And when it's all over, what's left? My grades are the suck. My social life has achieved leper stage. And I get thrown out of school for causing trouble. Not exactly a medal and a book deal. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
I just want to be like everyone else. Like anybody else.
But you're not, are you?
Well, I mean to be.
She stomps out of the library and passes Xander, who is still entirely freaked out by her behavior, which is totally fair because she definitely only gets away with half of the shit she's pulling because she's super hot.
Okay.
Exterior, the Bronze, night. A crowd of young people make their way towards Sunnydale's premier teen hangout. We hear rock music from the inside, and posters advertise a gig by Dingoes Ate My Baby. Buffy, in a fancy jacket, approaches the entrance and joins the queue for admission. Xander rushes over and pushes into the line next to Buffy.
Hey, I'm in line with you here, right?
Sure.
I'm psyched you came.
Is the band good?
Well, they don't know any actual chords yet, but they have really big amps. And it's always a good time, you know?
Yeah, it seems normal. A normal thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everyone comes here, right?
So you didn't do normal things at your school?
Sure. Only exclusively. You know, everyday stuff. Homework, student council, football team.
You were on the football team.
So is Willow coming tonight?
Oh, I actually just saw her sneaking on campus with some guy.
Willow has a boyfriend?
She does tonight. I didn't know the guy.
Something about this scenario just doesn't seem right to Buffy. Maybe it's that Willow is with a guy and not with a powerful lesbian witch.
So you don't have any extracurricular choices?
What is he like?
Who?
Willow's friend.
Oh, kinda...
Pale?
Yeah.
What was he wearing?
A jacket?
No, what is it like? I mean, was it outdated at all? Some old style?
You're really caring about this outfit. Yeah, it was pretty striking. You know, sleeves rolled up, collar, very Lionel Richie. I mean, who's sporting that look?
And without another word, Buffy pulls out a stake and runs off at full speed. She turns the corner and bumps directly into Cordelia. Buffy reacts by taking Cordelia by the throat and pushing her against the wall. See? This is the kind of thing that she only gets away with because she's super hot.
Oh, Cordelia!
Buffy lets go of Cordelia and hides her stake. She looks around at the group Cordelia is with in embarrassment.
God, what is your childhood trauma?
Ew, what is she doing?
Have you guys seen Willow? Did she come by here?
Why? Do you need to attack her with a stick? Jeez.
Buffy turns and goes. Xander comes running by, glances at Cordelia, and then continues after Buffy. Cordelia pulls out her cell phone.
Excuse me, I have to call everyone I've ever met right now.
Okay, sorry. That scene is not in the original pilot, but we had to add it because, it rules. Anyway, interior high school auditorium, night. Click. The stage lights come up to reveal Willow. She's grinning, enjoying herself.
This is nice. I don't usually do this sort of thing.
Her companion is the guy in the jacket that Xander just described. He's blonde, so we'll call him Blonde Guy. He smiles and walks towards her.
I don't usually get asked. I'm having a good time, though. Where did you say you went to school?
Hogwarts.
Okay, again, he didn't really say that in the pilot, but we couldn't resist making that joke. Black trans lives matter, Joanne Rowling. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. Anyway, he puts his arm around her and they canoodle.
So, time for some kissing, huh?
Relax.
Instead, she gets up because she is a lesbian.
Oh, we probably shouldn't even be here, especially after what happened to that poor boy.
He had it coming.
What? What do you mean?
Coming up here alone at night with a complete stranger? What kind of idiot would do a thing like that?
Willow looks kind of taken aback at that. Well, wouldn't you be?
What's the matter?
Reveal that he's now in vamp face. Uh-oh.
Don't you want to snuggle?
Interior, high school corridor. Buffy comes running around the corner. Xander, out of breath, is right behind her.
Hey, wait up.
Where would they be?
Buffy, what's the sitch?
She passes him her purse.
You might need this.
This wouldn't by chance be a vampire issue, would it?
Just at that moment, Willow screams.
The auditorium. I'll try around back.
Interior, high school auditorium, night. The blonde vampire is biting at Willow's neck and making hungry growls. They're standing in the middle of the stage. Buffy throws open the auditorium doors and strides in.
All right. Get your hands off of her.
Ooh, seconds.
So, what is it with vampires and clothes? You always think the march of fashion stops dead the day you did. It really is such a giveaway.
The vampire tries to bite Willow again, but Buffy sprints toward him and drop kicks him, knocking him down. She stands over him.
You know, you really shouldn't be here. A vampire all alone at night? It just isn't safe.
You've got me wrong.
Oh, my bad. You're not a vampire?
I'm not alone.
Buffy looks around apprehensively as several more vampires emerge from the shadows, and this is when everyone in the cast should hiss.
Hiss.
Oops. I don't suppose you'd be sweeties and attack me one at a time.
You watch too many movies.
You can never watch too many movies.
For the remainder of the show, they will attack her one at a time. But anyway, the fight is on. Buffy gets in some good kicks, and Willow creeps out of the way while the vampires are distracted. But then one of them picks up Buffy and throws her across the room. She hits a table, which collapses under her. This is entirely unrealistic because Sarah Michelle Gellar weighs a lot less than a Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, ow. That was my favorite spine.
Buffy?
Get Willow out of here. She's hardly bit. She'll be all right.
Xander sees a broom in a rack on the wall. He grabs it and throws it to Buffy.
Heads up.
Buffy puts the improvised weapon to good use, knocking down one of the vamps that's running at her.
Can you walk?
My mom was right about boys. Wow.
Willow's mom said gay rights. They stumble out of the room.
I'll go get help.
Xander, do you usually carry a purse?
Before she can work that out, though, she's grabbed by another vampire. It's Darla. But Darla looks at Willow, already bitten on the neck, and tosses her aside contemptuously.
God, I hate leftovers.
That could have been Willow's sexual awakening! Buffy knocks down one vampire with her broom, but another one runs up behind her. But he gasps in pain, and he turns into dust.
See what happens when you roughhouse?
Darla turns and growls as she notices Xander. He backs away through the backstage props and scenery flats. Presumably, he passes the Cheese Man from Restless and Storyteller.
I don't like to hit girls that I'm afraid of.
She lunges for him. He dodges, but she grabs him again and goes for his throat. We cut back to Will. She notices Buffy's purse next to her. It's come open and there is a cross in there. She picks it up and goes over to where Darla and Xander are struggling.
Excuse me?
She thrusts the cross into Darla's face. The vampire screams and a huge cloud of smoke rises up from Julie Benz's beautiful face. We will never find out if Darla was supposed to die from this attack. Presumably she just needs like a chemical peel now. Can vampires get chemical peels? Anyway, Buffy dashes up the stairs built on the stage, throws one of the vampires back down, kicks the other one over the balcony into a pile of boxes.
Who are you?
I'm the Slayer.
Slayer?
And he makes a run for it.
Wait!
I'll call you.
Better face facts. You've run out of time. You've run out of friends, and nobody likes your outfit.
Xander and Willow rush in.
Grace! I know how to use this! I think!
They look around, but there's no sign of the vampire anymore. But they do spot Buffy up on the balcony.
Buffy?
Be careful, you guys. There's...
The vampire bursts through the scenery, and they go over the edge of the balcony together and then through the open stage of the trapdoor. Xander cautiously approaches the edge of the trapdoor, but suddenly the vampire bursts through it and grabs his wrist.
Your friends can't help you now.
But he loses his grip as something from below starts pulling him back down into the trapdoor.
Hold that thought.
We hear sounds of fighting from below, things being knocked over, a drum kit being hit, growls. Willow and Xander look over at each other. Buffy climbs up from the trapdoor back onto the stage.
I am really sorry about all of this.
That's okay. It's kind of a destiny thing.
So, what does a vampire slayer do exactly?
Buffy just smiles and shakes her head because she just did it, Xander. God, you are useless! Exterior, high school courtyard day. It's the next day, bright and sunny as always. A student from the film club is putting up a poster for their next showing, which is, of course, Nosferatu. Cordelia, Harmony, and the other Cordette that nobody cares about walk through the courtyard and notice Buffy, Willow, and Xander hanging out and talking to Giles.
Hey, look at them.
Well, it seems Buffy's found her own level.
I can't believe we were almost nice to her.
They walk off.
I'm not saying you didn't do well. No, I am. You didn't do well. You stunk up the place.
What? Are you kidding? She was huge. She had the moves, the crane technique.
And she saved my life, which I am for.
If she'd been a minute later, you'd be dead or worse. And you revealed yourself, and you let one of them get away.
You know, are you sure you're wearing enough? Because we might get a cloud today.
Giles takes off his glasses once again.
I cannot believe that the fate of the world may rest in the hands of this teen thing.
Wait, isn't the Slayer always a teenager? What the fuck, Giles? Like, fuck you.
Relax. The world's in beauty hands. Trust me.
And she takes aim with her stake, throws it, and hits it right into the heart of the picture of Nosferatu on the film poster. The script that I wrote continues from here, but it's just like a fan fiction that I wrote about Giles and Robin Hood, so we can just cut it off. Anyway, fade to black.
Yay!